The World Obesity Federation's 2023 Atlas predicts that 51% of the world, or more than 4 billion people, will be obese or overweight by the next 12 years. Rates of obesity are rising particularly quickly among children and in lower-income countries, the report found. The World Obesity Federation said policymakers need to act now to prevent the situation from worsening. Saint Lucia's Ministry for Health recently launched its chapter of Caribbean Moves initiatives against the backdrop of some very disturbing health statistics emanating from the pre-pandemic survey.
Over 3,000 Saint Lucians aged 18 to 69, they were interviewed and they were physically measured. The results I wish to share with you to provide context, and I hope that you take note of the results because they are very important. So 65% of the survey population were overweight or obese, 65% of the persons aged 18 to 69, overweight or obese. 50% of the males were overweight or obese, and 76.8% of the females, that's almost 80% of the females aged 18 to 69 of a representative sample of Saint Lucians being overweight, obese. Okay, and we're talking about 2020, a little before the pandemic.
The World Obesity Federation found that childhood obesity could more than double from 2022 levels to 208 million boys and 175 million girls by 2035. The cost to society is significant as a result of the health conditions linked to being overweight, the Federation said, placing the figure at more than $4 trillion annually, or 3% of global GDP. The Minister for Health, Moses Jabatis, says non-communicable diseases are taking a heavy toll on the St. Lucian society and urged the members of the public to adopt a healthy lifestyle.
And it's very important for us to keep the focus of the country on NCDs because it continues to cost us lives and also years lost in productive activity. A number of individuals in Saint Lucia cannot work because of NCDs.
The Ministry of Health survey finds that many Saint Lucians are unaware of their health status.
65% of the survey population were overweight or obese, 65% of the persons aged 18 to 69, overweight or obese. 50% of the males were overweight or obese, and 76.8% of the females, that's almost 80% of the females aged 18 to 69 of a representative sample of Saint Lucians being overweight, obese. Okay, and we're talking about 2020, a little before the pandemic. Actually, almost half of the females, 46.1%, they were actually obese. And what do I mean by obese? That their body mass index was 30 or above 30 kilograms per meter squared, while the men were at 20.6%. 20.6% of the males were actually obese. Okay, that for us as a Ministry of Health, knowing the implications of obesity is very concerning.
Health officials in St. Lucia conclude that the changes to diet and levels of physical activity need to be adopted now to avoid a dire public health situation in the near future. Saint Lucian for the HTS News Force.